Hello and welcome. Today I'll be doing a 2022 Senate election prediction. But before we get started, please go subscribe. I'm finally back after the 2020 election stream. I was making about 3 videos a day, which was a lot of work, a lot of research, so I had to take a short break, look into the future, 2022, 2024, the 2021 governor elections. I had brief knowledge on it, but now I have a better understanding of where things are going to look because I saw the 2020 election really going either way, and I will not really talk about the 2020 election until probably after January or so, because there's a lot of people on both sides. There's Trump that's trying to take it to the courts, and the media, which has announced Biden as the victor in the election. We had a lot of interesting results, and we'll really look back at it in January when things kind of cool down because there's a lot of tension going around it. But let's go and start now. There's 30 Republicans and 35 Democrats not up for re-election. This was the 2016 Senate election map. Democrats picked up 2 seats in New Hampshire and Illinois. We're going to first go and fill out the safe Republican states: Utah, Idaho, North and South Dakota, Kansas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Arkansas, Missouri, Kentucky, Indiana, Alabama, and that looks to be it for the safe Republican states. Going over to the Democrats: California, Washington, Hawaii. I'd say safe. New York safe, Vermont safe, Connecticut safe, Maryland safe. That's all for the Democrats that are in the safe column. No, there is 15 toss-up, which will be mostly in play. A lot of these states are going to be in the likely still, though. Going over to the Republicans to start off with: Iowa, Ohio, South Carolina. Florida, I'm not going to characterize yet because Marco Rubio is a very strong candidate. He won Florida by, 8 points almost in 2016 in a presidential year, beating his opponent by over 700,000 votes. Donald Trump winning the state by about 3.5 points, showing the state trending towards the Republicans. So I could see it really close to a likely margin for Marco Rubio. But we really don't know any of the Democrats that are going to run, so I'm not going to characterize it as likely just yet. Going back to the Democrats for the likely states for them: Oregon, Colorado, and that is all, bringing up their total to 45 to 46. Going back to the Republicans for the lean states: Florida, Georgia, I'm going to say is going to narrowly stay with the Republicans, both the special and the regular. The regular will be a little bit more in favor for the Republican David Perdue versus Ossoff, but the Loeffler versus Warnock race is going to be slightly closer. Warnock could pull it off, but I see it slightly favoring Loeffler. We'll see what happens, though. Going into North Carolina, we actually got an announcement today. Mark Walker will be jumping to the 2022 Senate election there. He is a representative from North Carolina and could be a pretty good candidate for the Republicans, but there's a lot more likely to jump in, possibly even Laura Trump. We will see what happens with more news to come there. But now Republicans are up to 50 seats. I'm going to say Wisconsin does stay with the Republicans. They did decently well with a 3.4 victory with Ron Johnson. Ron Johnson, more of a close to a not a Trump Republican, but somewhere in between a Trump Republican and the more establishment base, which is a good mix for the state, getting the WOW counties and a good margin, but also playing it close in the southwest rural areas, as well as doing good in the Green Bay and Green Bay suburban areas. So Republicans already have retained the majority. If they do hold the Georgia seats, they'll retain the majority. That's what I'm predicting. At least one of those seats will go to the Republicans. I could see two. In New Hampshire, this one is likely to flip. I will tell you why. Christian Nunu is likely to run for Senate there. He is a very, very popular governor from the state, winning it by safe margins. I'm only putting it in lean because I believe he's going to run, but I'm unsure still. But it looks like he will be, and that will be a flip for the Republicans. And probably, if he is to run, this will probably be in the likely margin of about an 8-point victory. It was a very close state back in 2016, only being won by about 17 votes. Oh, wait, no, 1,017 votes. I didn't see there was a 4 versus a 3. But very close, a 0.1% victory for Hassan. So there's 2 states remaining, Arizona and Nevada. Nevada, depending upon who the Republicans run, could do good there. It was close in 2016. The state was a 2.4 margin in the 2020 election. So if Republicans play their cards right, they could flip the state, but I will be tilting it to the Democrats at the moment. Going into Arizona, which was John McCain's seat back in 2016, picked up by Mark Kelly in 2020 by 2.4 points, which was a lot more narrower than I expected, and other polls expected a even larger 6 to 7 point victory there for the Democrats. So that could I see really trouble there if Republicans run a decent candidate. McSally has lost 2 races. They should not run her again. I don't think she would make it in again in a primary after losing 2 elections. I think if Republicans want to play their cards right in Arizona, they really have to get more of a establishment Republican to run, like a John McCain style or Doug Ducey. If they do that, I could see the state flipping very narrowly. Going into Pennsylvania, this one's really up in the air. The Republican Senator, Patrick Toomey, has decided he will not run for re-election. He won the state by 1.5 points. He did very good there. He actually won Bucks County and Northampton, getting decent margins in the northeastern part of the state, as well as doing good in Chester County, a more of establishment Republican suburb of Philadelphia. So, depending upon who runs here for the Republicans and Democrats, it's really up in the air. I could see it going really either way, but I will be tilting it to the Republicans because Toomey was a relatively moderately popular senator, and I don't think that Republicans will play their cards wrong if they run a moderately populist Republican there. I don't think it'd be good to play a super conservative Republican there to win the state, but they don't want to run a pure populist or a pure establishment either. You have to have somewhere in between if they're going to win the state. And for Democrats, they need to figure out a candidate because this is going to be a wave year against them. Like any other midterm, it's a wave year against the ruling party in the White House. So, this would I predict at this moment in time a net 2 gain for the Republicans, 54 to 46. I'm expecting Georgia to narrowly go to Republicans, both seats. Kelly Loeffler's seat is going to be a little closer than David Perdue's. We'll see how much closer. And I will be live streaming when the election is going on there as well. Thank you for watching. Please go like, comment, and subscribe. Leave any 2022 election stuff down below, 2021, 2024. I'm still learning the candidates in the map, and the House is going to be redrawn, and we'll see what happens. The House, I think, announced today that Christy Smith actually conceded the election of Mike Garcia, and also Miller Meeks has won the seat by 6 votes, but they haven't added it to AP for either seat yet. So, thank you for watching. Please go check out other videos that are going to be coming into the near future. Thank you for watching. Bye.